Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel, and this is going to be very interesting video because in this video we won't be making any Flutter related content. We won't be making a Flutter app, but the interesting part is that we will be making an iOS native app using Swift UI. But there is even more interesting part that I'm assuming that you don't know anything about Swift UI or iOS app development in general. Also, the entire code base will be written by AI. So we are going to follow the same fundamental of vibe coding. So I hope you are excited. If you are, then don't forget to subscribe to the channel and also like the video. Let's start. So what I'll do is I'll ask AI to do that. So we have two options. Either we can start with let's say something like cursor, or we can use ChatGPT. So what I have done is like I have created this project on Xcode. So if you're not familiar, I have not done anything, but I've just created one simple project which I call Tinder to do, and this gives me this hello world kind of thing, which is nothing but this flat screen which you see, hello world. And that's all I have done. Now what I want to do, I will see if I can use cursor and I can achieve something on top of it. This could be very interesting again. So what I'm going to do, I will go to my cursor IDE from here. So guys, again, to build any application on iOS natively, you would need like something like this, for example, an Xcode, a MacBook. And I'll close the existing folder. What I'm going to do, I'll open this project called which I have saved in Codepool, called Tinder to do. I'll just open it in cursor. Now if you want, you can also use something like ChatGPT can also help a little bit with your iOS apps. But this is going to be interesting. So what I'm doing here is that let's set this up in. So here I have cursor. Here I have Xcode running iOS simulator as well. And here I have some cursor rules which I'm going to follow for this sort of application. So what I will do, I'll create a new file over here. I'll call it just readme.md. And I'll also create a new file called .cursor rules. Okay. So here in the .cursor rules, I'll go to GitHub. I have this basically cursor rule for Swift UI. I'll just go through it. So you are an expert in coding with Swift UI. You always write maintainable code and things like that. So it's some kind of prompt which we are giving so that the LLM understands it and try to help us using this prompt, right? In like it should respect that what we are trying to build. Now for README, because I told you we are trying to build a Tinder kind of application, but it's a to-do app. It's slightly interesting in that area. So what I have done is like I have some nodes in my Recast. So I'll just copy this node like entirely, and then I'll paste it in the readme.md. So this looks interesting. I think this is pretty good. So it says Tinder style Swift UI to do app, and yeah, this looks nice. Now what I'm going to do is, because my code is running on the other side, so what I'm going to ask cursor is that can we start developing with phase 1. So phase 1 is nothing but, as you can see, initialize a new SwiftUI project in Xcode. I already have that project, and design swipeable task cards, which it should do. Then implement some basic data model, which it should do, and then it should create static list of tasks. So it is saying that based on the README and the current implementation, it wants to create some model classes for me. So I'll just give it the permission which it wants. Again, in my last video, if you haven't watched, I also talked about how you can use YOLO mode to perform all these operations automatically. I'll give it some more space. So now when I'm doing this, if you go on my Swift code, here also you will see those changes happening. So right now, for example, it is trying to create a new file task.swift. So that is something which might not be existing as of now, but it will create those files as well. And yeah, in sources you can see we already have this task file now, where we have UI, ID, title, description, due date, priority, category is completed. So it's a to-do app where we want to categorize these to-dos as well. So, and we also want to set the priority, what is the due date, and things like that. And yeah, I mean, it is looking so far so good. Let's see if it is able to do that. Also, it is creating this file called task card view, right? So let's see that as well. In views, we have a profile. Let's see where it is. I think it should be in the shared. Yeah. So shared components, we can see task card view. It has written some good kind of code related to something it is doing. I don't know right now what it is doing, but what it is trying to do is it has a Z stack, which is like a stack widget in Flutter. And inside that, there is some sort of category it is displaying with some icon. Then there's a title, description. So it's a proper card view which it is trying to do, which looks interesting to me. And it is also trying to play with the gesture, because if you see our README, it says that you have to design swipeable task cards, right? Using gesture recognizers and implement basic data model, right? So it is still doing its job. Now it is also creating tab view that will contain home view and profile view. That is a good thing which it is trying to do. So that also we can see here that it is having a home view where it has also written some things, and we'll just run it once it is done with its first set of tasks. So it has also given some color. So it has created this color extension where it has given this color priority low, priority normal. Now it is asking me to run this command to add colors to this assets.xc assets. And for that, it will create contents.json file where it is giving these colors. We can see it here, I guess. So in the assets, we see these colors now, and this is the priority low color. And as it is writing, you can see the changes happening right over here, which is pretty cool in my opinion. And I think this is all I want. So there is priority normal, there is priority low, and there is priority high now coming up. So let's see if it will do the job for us. So, I mean, this is a good way to start. Maybe you can also use it to learn Swift UI or maybe learn iOS development in general. And you can see it is still creating all these colors for us in the contents.json. So, it's creating another contents.json. And I want to see what kind of content it can create. I mean, I like it. I mean, this is the first time I am writing Swift UI project, or let's say iOS app, using just AI tools, nothing else. And I mean, I'm assuming that you don't know anything about Swift UI development, or let's say iOS app development natively. So even if you are a Flutter developer, if you are someone who is still in college, want to try something new, you want to make a hobby project, anything, like, right? I mean, this could be a good start. And we are still working on all these colors, which is pretty good so far. And let's see if we can. Okay, it is writing a lot of content for this. Okay, so it is saying that it is mostly done with all these things with the phase one kind of thing. In phase two, okay, would you like to test the current implementation or move on to phase two, right? So let's try and run this application again to see that how does it look like. Okay, I see that invalid color declaration of priority low or something like that. So what we have to do is we have to tell that that there are some issues. I want to test the current implementation. That's what I would ask. So let's see what it suggests. I'll help you with this. And it says, okay, it goes to CD, Tinder, To Do, and selected simulator and things like that. And let's see. So it is saying that this is how you can run the application. I know that actually, but the thing is that we are getting some errors over here. So again, we can ask AI to fix these issues. What is happening? Let me just check. Okay, I think there is some issue with. So see, if you are using AI, there could be some issues here and there. So you have to be very smart with what kind of changes you are trying to do. Okay, I'm for some reason it is not helping me in doing these things. Pop out terminal. Okay, let's try. Actually, I'm not able to do anything with my Xcode. So what I'm going to do is I'll just quit the Xcode and I'll open it again. Let me do it forcefully quit. And now let's open it again to see if we are doing something wrong or what is the main problem here. Okay, so what I see still the same issue. Let's try to build this application, and if we can get these things running. Also, it is now saying invalid redeclaration of. Okay, so what we can do is we can just copy all these errors and we can go back and we can paste these errors that let's say, and we can also copy this error. Okay, let's paste these errors and we can say that please fix below and similar issues. And let's run this application. Let's see if it can fix all the color extension issues. In the meantime, what I'm going to do, I'll just bring my simulator back. So there is some issue with the redeclaration. So it is trying to redeclare some of the things which might not be important. For example, I can see that here it has declared and then it has declared on the top as well. But let's see what it can help with. So it has already deleted some of the things, I guess. Okay, we got duplicate things in the color extensions. So I think that is something which it is trying to fix, and I think it will fix it most likely. And yeah, now let's update the category selection view. So it has already adjusted the color wala part, but now it is doing some changes in the category wala part. So category selection is something which it is working on. Let it work, and let's see if it is helping or not. So I'll just try to rerun the application, and build succeeded, and it was very fast, by the way. And now let's see if we see something on the screen. I see a blank screen as of now, but okay, maybe this is what we are expecting. Okay, now see, so basically once I run this application, now we can see it is having some like what you can say is default data, or let's say hard-coded data for buy groceries, and we can try if let's say it is working or not by swiping. And this is actually working. This is pretty good actually. Buy groceries, and you can see it is deleting it and it is completing it. There is something like snooze and there is something like categorize. So you can select which category you want to feed into. For example, I want to feed something, let's say personal, so I can confirm, and I can see my profile here, and this section will be implemented in future phase. And I can see if I want to add more task, I cannot add it as of now, but yeah, it has done the basic job very well. What I'm going to do, I'm clicking on accept all. I'm happy with the changes, and what I'll do, I'll go into Git and I'll say phase 1 completed. Okay, and this should be good, right? We have done phase 1 and we have got a very good result. Let's try to run the app again and see if we have this static hard-coded data. So this hard-coded data, I think it must be adding somewhere. So we can probably go to this task view model and we can see in the task view model, we have all these tasks right now and their priority as well. And based on priority, it also shows the colors. For example, if you see, that is buy groceries, and I think there is some issue with this, but we can come and solve it. Now we will go back to our readme.md and we will see our phase 2, which is task management and storage. So integrate core data for local tasks, add ability to create, edit, delete tasks, and implement swipe actions, UI refinements with animation and haptic feedback. This looks very interesting to me. So guys, let's start phase 2. Now I'm saying let's start phase 2, which means that now we should start with phase 2 implementation. And yeah, it has started already. And honestly, I'm saying if someone who does not know Swift UI at all, this is a very, very, very good start for the beginning, right? I mean, this has done a lot of good setup as well. In the meantime, it is generating. Let's go with the flow and see what are the changes which it has done, or what kind of structure which it has created. So we can see we have views, we have view models, we have utilities, we have shared components, where you can have components, modifiers, whatever. And I'll also try to teach you that what these things do. Services are there and models are there and app is there, right? So let's start with the app, and we can go to main tab view, where we see two things. One is task, one is profile. So here is the task, and if you see, this is the profile which we are talking about, and this is the task. So this is what it is doing. It is using a widget or component called tab view, right? Or Swift UI component widget, whatever you want to call it. And then we have home view and we have profile view. And this is how we can add a tab item with a label and a system image. So this image is nothing but Swift UI comes with this library of lot of images or icons, you can say. And if we go to views, we can see this home view, where we have like all the task card views listed in this Z stack, where we have a header view which says Tinder to do, I guess. And then we have a footer view which says what you have to do: delete, complete, snooze, categorize, and things like that. In the meantime, let's see what's happening here. Okay, it's still working on it. It is doing some. So what is it? It has created core data manager. It has created task model. It has created the task view model. It has created some Tinder to do app. Okay, so we are going good. So here you can see it has also added a transition dot scale, some animations, and header view. As I said, it has Tinder to do. I think we could think about a better name, but that is fine as of now. Then we could do circle fill, and then we have task cards view. These are all the cards which were appearing here in the form of Tinder. So that's why we are using Z stack. Z stack is nothing but kind of a box on top of each other. So that is what I have, and it uses this task from view model. And view model also I showed you earlier, but I can show you again. And then it has like on, delete, on, snooze, and all those kind of basically modifiers which we can use to do certain operations. And we have also empty state view. I think I don't see any empty state view as of now, but yeah, I mean, it should have worked. Let's take it as a future improvement. Then view models, again we have this task view model which is inheriting an observable object, and these are basically the things which can change. So that's why we are using tasks as @published is loading error message, things like that. While initializing it, we load all the tasks and we show a loader basically. And these are nothing but fetch all task is nothing but it loads all the sample tasks as of now. And then we have utilities, where we have color extension which we are using, and then we have shared modifiers, components, where we have all the components, and we have services in the network, and persistence, core data manager, where we will be using user defaults basically to save and keep those tasks all the time, so that when we kill the application it should not go away, right? And then we have models as task, and this is looking pretty interesting as well. And I think it is still working on the task card view. And now finally let's update the home view to use the updated task card view. So now it is working. So I mean, see, we are able to do phase 2, like maybe how many minutes it must be. It must be somewhere around 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes, not more than that. And then we can have phase 3 and phase 4. So I'm not going to complete all the phases because that would require a lot of work, but at least we are done with phase 1 and phase 2 to give you an idea that what kind of app we can build. If you would be interested, let me know in the comments. We can complete phase 3, phase 4, phase 5. So I have here 6 phases so far. And it could be a very interesting application, but because, and for the sake of YouTube in short, let's not try to do everything in one go. And now I see there are some issues which it is saying. So I'll just say that please fix these issues. So please fix these issues, and I'll just copy and paste it. One is this one. Second is this one. So I'll just copy it. And third is this one, which is again, I'll just ask it to fix it. And I think this is just a warning which I can leave like right now. So there are 3 issues which I saw in the project. I am not familiar with, let's say, anything in SwiftUI iOS application. So what I can do is just I can copy it and I can paste it. But I would suggest that you should have a basic understanding of how application development works, especially if you are using AI to build iOS apps. Then you should be very familiar with basics of iOS apps at least, so that you can change certain things. If AI is hallucinating or doing something wrong, you should be able to catch it. And for smaller things, you don't have to ask AI every time. And then obviously, right now these LLM models are very expensive, so it requires a lot of money to invest. So that also we should avoid. So now, okay, I can see that there is one issue which is already being fixed. I guess that's what I'm guessing. And yeah, it's saying that it should be good now. So let me try to build this application again. It is building right now. And I mean, wow, this looking, I mean, it's pretty nice, I would say. Okay, it is still failed. It says that, okay, the compiler is unable to type check this expression in reasonable time. Okay, so what I can do is I can again copy and paste it here, that okay, there is some issue with this. Maybe you want to break it up, or you want to add some try catch or something like that. So it will be checking this home view where this issue is coming on line number 98, and it is working on the home view. I'm assuming that it must be doing some good change. Let's see. I'll go back to my README and let me just check what I wanted to add. So core data, user defaults has been added, I guess. Create, edit, delete tasks, swipe actions, and UI refinements. Okay, so it says that now it should be done, but I see new issues, which is saying that, okay, so I have to say that, okay, we have introduced new issue, that which is says that this haptic feedback does not have this dot success or anything like that. So I think that we can fix. I think see, these kind of things we could add manually ourselves, right? Rather than asking AI to do all these things, we could have just do it manually. That could have saved more time than this. That's what I feel. And but for that, we should have a good understanding. Now I see that it has done most of the changes. And now if I'll run this application, build is succeeded. The app is running, guys. And I can see morning jog, we are saying now it is working or not, we will see. Okay, in profile we don't have much. We can create task, I guess. Yes. So when I click on plus button, I can say finish my video and YouTube video, something like that. And due date could be, let's say, 5:17 p.m. today. Priority should be high and category should be work. Let's assume that. And we can click on add, and I can see this task over here, finish my video. And now if I want, I can snooze it and I can categorize it. Now let me just restart the app and see if this thing is still there or not, apart from the other tasks. So this is fine, this is fine. Finish my video. I saw that thing. And okay, so my content is there. There are some bugs which is most likely that we will fix later. But yeah, I mean, okay, where is my particular thing? I think it is gone. Okay. Okay. I mean, I think there is some bug, but I saw it the next time I tried it out. So maybe it is deleting it from the core stack. That could be happening. So one way is that we are deleting it, rather than that we don't delete it. So let me add one more thing. Hello world and hi, and let's add it. So I see hello world. I won't complete it this time. I'll just rerun the application to see if that is something which I still see. So I can see hello world. So you can see once I'm deleting or completing, then only it is going away. But I think it's a good start, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, press the like button, subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comments what else you would want to see. Also, how did you like it overall? Give me your thoughts in the comments as well, and subscribe to the channel if you are not the subscriber already. And if you want more such content, yeah, please share with your friends as well. Thanks for watching. See you next time.